Have you ever farted in a room full of people and tried your hardest to persuade everyone else that it wasn't you, pinning the blame on anyone but yourself? Okay, maybe that's a bad analogy. Now, imagine instead of farting, you got possessed by a truly disturbing, shape-shifting, grotesque, otherworldly alien. But you wouldn't want anyone else to find out that it was you. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the 1982 sci-fi horror directed by John Carpenter is just the film for you if you enjoy sci-fi, horror, and if you must, murder mysteries. This suspenseful narrative will have you second guessing yourself for its whole hour and 49-minute runtime. It follows the story of a research team in Antarctica whose base is infiltrated by a creature that is not only incredibly deadly, but get this, can take the form of its victims. In a series of riveting events, we watch as the 12 scientists turn on each other and take any means necessary to survive and catch this horrifying being. Through outstanding practical effects, masterful cinematography, and use of fear in his score, John Carpenter is able to create a compelling tale that is at least engaging. However, some argue the pacing of the film and the performances from the actors take away from its suspense factor, which the film relies heavily on. Despite this, The Thing can be analysed as a product of its time, exploring themes of survival and distrust to resonate with those who experienced similar feelings during the Cold War. These concerns can still be applied now, further proving why The Thing is a timeless classic, and further, a study of human paranoia. John Carpenter's use of foreshadowing and setting a tone is nothing short of impressive, and truly shines in this film. Just from the first scene, the audience has been warned of the horrors to follow. The opening track features a low, pulsing, electronic bass line, resembling a heartbeat. This minimalist repetition immerses the audience in an atmosphere of dread, even before the first visual signs of horror appear. Why is man shooting dog? Heck knows. The overall mood of this sequence leaves the audience unsettled and full of questions, setting the stage for the paranoia and distrust that will define the rest of the film. Carpenter further utilizes the technique of foreshadowing in the scene when the man attempts to kill the dog at the research base. Before firing his gun, he shouts something in Norwegian, a language none of the scientists, and by extension, the audience can understand, deliberately keeping everyone in the dark. The man ends up getting shot himself, and we are left unaware of his intentions or what he was trying to communicate.
What were they doing flying that low? Shooting at a dog. At us.
These subtle hints, such as cutting to the dog prying on the two scientists after they had arrived home with the remains from the Norwegian base, create moments where viewers can anticipate what might happen next, or later connect the dots with an, that's why, realization. This approach makes the movie a more engaging and interactive viewing experience. That's why. Act 2 is the midpoint of the movie, but the highest point of suspense. There is not a single dull moment. It's scary, chaotic, and most of all, addictive. Who is the thing? Where is the thing? How is the thing? Oh, me? I'm doing good. What about you? During Act 2, we get to witness the thing in its full glory, and it seriously is just proof that horror doesn't need CGI to be scary. I've seen extreme close-up pimple popping videos, and my god, this was more gross. The intricacy of the puppet designs and practical effects is groundbreaking for its time, setting a standard that remains unmatched by many films even today. Carpenter had absolutely no shame for the bucket loads of blood spilt. Everyone was getting killed. Left, right, right and center, which is where my one major complaint comes from. And no, it's not the violence or the one after the other deaths. It's what follows, the little to no emotion felt. Despite the movie starting fairly slow pace, the characters weren't developed in a way that allowed for a deep connection with them. And that's where the writing falls flat, because even throughout the rest of the film, I didn't form any emotional attachment, or even liking, for that matter, to any of the characters specifically. I know my mum did for that McReady guy, but that's only because he's Kurt Russell. So yes, while Carpenter succeeds in keeping the audience invested in who the thing is and maintaining constant suspense, the lack of character depth makes it harder to feel fully connected to these individuals, diminishing the impact of their fates. The The final stretch brings all the events to a thrilling culmination, delivering a suspenseful and impactful third act that ensures the movie ends with a bang. Literally. I've talked about music, I've talked about effects. Finally, I have to mention maybe the biggest critique I have for any movie, and that is its cinematography. While this movie isn't flashy and fastly cut with a new camera angle every second, Carpenter uses a variety of shots to convey different moods, tones, and perspectives. In this scene, the camera glides through the once occupied, now empty, research base. Although no one is present, the camera takes on the audience's perspective, searching for Childs, who is meant to be standing watch. However, as we reach his post, he is nowhere to be seen. The camera lingers and the familiar, eerie bassline plays, suggesting that something is amiss and further amplifying the tension of the scene. I've already discussed John's ability to make his films interactive, and this is just another example of his talented craft. The end scene. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and don't worry as we're nearly done. To catch you guys up, McCready blows up the base in what he believes the last sign of the thing. He's now chilling out and accepting his fate, which unfortunately for him, isn't looking too good. But out of nowhere comes Childs, who we previously thought was a goner. He states that he got lost in the storm, going after Blair. Both scientists exchange suspicions towards each other, but ultimately agree to
wait here for a little while, see what happens.
McCready passes his drink to Childs. Childs drinks from it. McCready laughs, and if you thought, surely the film wouldn't end just like that, well, you'd be wrong. Fans of the movie were outraged and unsatisfied by the ending, claiming the movie was left unfinished and that the ending was pointless. However, I believe that's the beauty of this scene. Seriously, how many films out there have you watched where the ending neatly ties up every loose end, leaving nothing to the imagination? The ambiguous conclusion of the thing is precisely what makes it so compelling. It lingers in your mind long after the credits roll, fueling endless debates and theories. By refusing to provide clear answers, Carpenter allows the audience to wrestle with the same paranoia and uncertainty faced by the characters. This open-ended approach transforms the film from just a simple horror story to an ongoing psychological puzzle. In conclusion, John Carpenter's The Thing isn't your classic horror film. From its haunting opening score to its thought-provoking conclusion, the film explores themes of anxiety, mistrust, and isolation. The intricate puppet designs and groundbreaking practical effects remain unparalleled, even by modern standards, while the film's ambiguity invites viewers to reflect and debate long after the credits roll. By embracing its slow-burning pace, unsettling tone, and chilling visuals, The Thing has carved out its legacy as a film that doesn't just tell a story, but pulls its audience into an experience of dread and uncertainty. Look, it's not perfect, but it sure has cemented itself as one of the most enduring and interactive films in horror cinema. Solid 4 out of 5 stars. Once again, thanks for watching, and if I haven't already spoiled the movie enough for you, go watch it yourself. Form your own opinion. Why listen to mine anyway? For all you know, I could be... Yeah, right. You do know the movie is fictional.